Hi friends, how are you? So I actually want to keep this video, this intro, at least short and sweet to the point. Apparently, people just watch the first 30 seconds of the video and decide whether or not they're going to watch the rest of the video, which is great. So I was going to give the admin stuff first. If you're following along, of course, on YouTube, there's no sound, partial image, but there's a countdown timer to help you follow along because that's how it is. But there's a version link below, just click on that and you can watch that for sure. In other news, there's nothing else to say. I think this is the first episode of now the final season. I guess once I see the intro, I'll know that for certain. Or it could be the last episode of the second season. I'm not quite sure. Again, once I see the intro, then I'll know. Last episode was fun. A lot of surprising things. It was cool learning about the principal. It was interesting to get his backstory. So it makes you wonder then, he must, if he's going to continue to be as much of a nuisance or a villain that we've seen him, or if that's going to end up being someone else. But it's very clear that the government now has big plans, and one final big plan to finally destroy Korra Sensei. And of course, the interesting part is, I think what will happen is that as we are moving forward this final season, we're of course going to finally get Korra Sensei's background, you know why he became a teacher, who the original teacher was. I'm sure she played a role into him becoming a teacher, and so on and so forth. And so without further ado, let's dive in. Why is it always loud every time? He's a very sweet guy. He's really good, actually. Maybe not. That was cool. What's going on there? Okay. So we have the same intro, so I guess we're still in season 2. Alright, let me see if I can cap anything. Oh, that was interesting, like the way our two assassins were kind of looking at each other, like our two sharpshooters. I don't know if they were all looking at each other like that. I've got my coconut milk bubble tea. It's a new flavor at the local tea swirl. It's really good. Okay, that hasn't really changed. That hasn't changed. That hasn't changed. None of that has changed, so. We do. Oh, it is interesting. Oh! I never quite noticed that. I know it's Korra Sensei in the field alone, but I never noticed it in the field alone, and when he's not in the field, the moon's whole. Never noticed that before. Ooh. Yeah, they did. Yeah, that would be kind of hard to remove the fish smell, wouldn't it? I do really like their older school. It's very sweet and cute. Yeah, but Nagisa got really close. They did. They all have come a long way. Yeah, for sure. They're being so reflective. Oh. I actually recognize the voice actress a little bit there. Yeah, she did have kind of a lot of interesting little one-liners. It's so weird how it's like sweet and happy. It's like, ah. What? That took her so long to make. I'm speechless. I can't. I was like, yeah, hello. Brace yourself, sir. Oh no. Whoops. Forgot about that, didn't we? Since when does she get tentacled? That's such a weird thing for me to say. That's a weird statement. Kayana, that's what it was. Dang. Kayana. When did that happen? That's how you people usually fail. Oh. Yeah, I mean, she's completely transformed with the hair down and everything. Just loosened the tie and took off. As well as wondering, it's gotta be. Hold on, let's see. Dang. Oh, poor Nagisa. He got tricked the whole time. Akara Yukimura. Yeah, and apparently when she was acting, she used a false name too. As expected. So yeah, it would still hurt her. Oh, pause. No, pause. Way to throw a freaking curveball. No one was expecting. It was like, what? I was like, oh my gosh. And all those things that I mean, is it gonna be like an Atona thing where, you know, he comes around and she comes around and ends up not trying to, but she, blames him for her sister's death, and her sister was clearly involved with whatever it was that made Koro Sensei into Koro Sensei, because again, he used to be human, and even, oh, I'm forgetting his name, the really handsome guy who's our Captain America in the show, the professor teacher, I can't believe I just blanked on his name. He even he knows his real human name, so she blames him for her death. I don't remember there ever being a mentioning of her being new to the class. It seems like they've known her for a while. But I guess not. And I mean, she was part of the class long before Koro Sensei ever became a part of it. So, I'm really confused. It's been so long since the beginning of season 1. Oh, fill me in, please, people. Fill me in the information. Don't spoil anything, but like fill it in for me what I missed. How can obviously, I mean, this just felt like I feel like, what? What's happening? I'm just like blown away. And it was when I was listening to her voice going, oh, that's a really familiar voice actress. I think I have. And because the most we've ever heard her talk. And then it's just like, and change. That's crazy. I was just like, oh, I gotta wrap my head around this. But it looks like this is the final episode of season 2, and the next one is into the first episode of the final season. Dang. Okay. She looks so different. Her agency wanted her to? That's really weird. Unless you're just, being just really difficult to work. Oh, wow. She was there when it went down. Unless she was completely difficult to work with. Or was spreading herself too thin. And she snuck right in. Oh, wow. Koro Sensei before he fully transformed into that. He's like mid-transformation there. I mean, I think we can safely assume, hopefully, maybe, that Koro Sensei actually didn't kill her, but something happened that resulted in her death. Maybe it was him. Maybe not on purpose, though. Maybe, like, incidentally. So, in growing tentacles, do you have to put it in a specific area in order for it to grow? Or... Ew. Or can you not choose? But Koro Sensei's just all covered in that and all yellowy. So is he also in a lot of pain all the time? Ah. Oh, he sees right through her, I bet. Oh, apparently that is a real jealousy of her that she just couldn't hide. So you do have to. So depending on where it's injected, that's how you get it. Okay. That's what dictates the growth. Dang! She purposely pushed him forward. Oh, I forgot there is this weird symbiote relationship there. Ooh. Yeah, even Koro said they couldn't figure it out. Dang. So that's why his hair became what it did. It wasn't the mom, it was her. Who is this man? Oh, this is the modern scene. That was a flashback. I was really confused for a hot second. That's pretty tame looking. Dang. So different. Jeez. To your only big brother. They all feel betrayed. And he feels so betrayed. No. Yeah. She pushed him forward to make him more of a main character. So weird. Huh. Yeah. I think they kind of, earned it by now. Yeah, they're so confused and stuck. He kind of knows the truth. We know he does. of zebra grass in the back. Oh, that was the field that I mentioned in the freaking intro. That's so interesting that I was like just noticed that just as we get into that. Ugh. She did. He's still nervous. I don't know, for himself or for her. Dang, deep cover. Oh, I forgot about that. Ooh, interesting how the way the tentacles are like wrapped and kind of going over his face. Bit of a goober and loser herself, you know? Oh, their second year. This is such an. This episode feels so long, but it isn't, is it? Is it? It's not. Interesting where Karma is staying. Like, Karma and Nagisa are right there next to Koro Sensei. Are those actually on fire? Or is that their power? Oof. Oh, the fire. Yeah, that's gonna spread. Dang, now this is a season finale. My god. Oh my god. Oh, look who's holding him back. Dang. So she's transferring that overheated body into the tentacles. Dang. They are. They need to get out of there. Ew. Etona would know best. They're very poisonous tentacles. Where do they get these things? I guess we'll find out in the final season. Are we actually going to lose a character? I think it's the assassination that the tentacles have taken over. It's the tentacles. I hate you all. Oh, wow. Dang. Listen to the English cast right now. Okay. Okay. Sheila, it's so interesting. I was listening to a podcast. It was talking about bitterness and pain. And how to deal with that, since you can't really forgive somebody unless they ask for forgiveness. Which, of course, if they truly did kill the teacher, he would apologize. You know he would. That's irritating. I have some little bit of Wi-Fi issues there at the end. But this bitterness has completely overwhelmed her because she doesn't know the full story. And of course, the song is called Waning Moon and it closes. She doesn't know the whole story, and so her bitterness completely overwhelmed her. And she's pushing it on the outside to make it seem like, you know, she wants... Ooh, that's very unpleasant picture. Where she wants Koro-sensei to die. And I think a part of her does, but the pain and the agony she's kind of filled herself with because of these tentacles, which, by the way, seem to be the worst things ever. I don't know where they've gotten them from, if they're completely man-made or not, but they just sound awful because they seem to warp the mind of every person. Which makes me wonder if it was the tentacles. Like, clearly it worked to the point where Koro-sensei was able to become this, which is still awful, versus just part human. And without fail, there's always this problem here. And maybe because Koro-sensei is an adult, he's able to handle it better than the kids did. Again, we'll get the actual true answers before the end of the series. But I'm just speculating right now. And I'm just going to speculate a little bit longer. I won't go into an official, hey, here's the review session. Somehow, Koro-sensei, we saw when he leapt and went to destroy the moon, obviously, to some point. Maybe the moon has something to do with, like, the tentacles. That he was still part human. Like, his hands were starting to come about, but his face was still very human. Part of his body looked still very human. So his transformation wasn't complete yet. So, again, I'm assuming that was Kiana there. Maybe she might actually fully take on that identity. So, hopefully, again, the hope is that her bloodlust obviously won't be satisfied, but at least it'll be handled to some degree. We'll get the actual truth of the matter. The hope is that Kiana won't die. I don't think anyone, except for the teacher, obviously, who died pre-season, I don't think anyone has actually... I don't remember anyone actually truly dying at all in the series. For a show about assassinations, I don't think anyone's truly died. The Red Skull Reaper, he didn't really die, actually. He was just completely incapacitated. Takano didn't die. Right? Takano or not Takaoka. Yeah, Takano didn't. I think that's... You know who I'm talking about. The other guy. He didn't die. So, I don't think anyone's actually died this season. Again, for a show about assassination, that's kind of interesting. So... yeah, I will definitely be diving into the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your enemies, and I'll see you next time.